It's some kind of makeshift morgue. It says biolab.
Your generous headmaster will give you a little hint.
I am not in that picture. Everyone here except me is... Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. Oh, the fridge, it's open. I'm sure they were all shut tight last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko?
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
Listen about this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed once, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. How come? Because Muroko's body is in here. Mukuro's corpse? Oh, I said that backwards. Mukuro, not Muruko. Anyway, Mukuro's corpse isn't? Mukuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there. That's it. I checked Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Well, let me interrupt your investigation. I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about the announcement Monokuma made earlier. Oh, you mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. She right to the mastermind and forged that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. It's just the same thing.
Because...
I've already looked at this through this instruction manual. More importantly, you know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Oh, it's the same way I found the garden tool shed. If I remember right, that tarp had a stamp on it that said Biolab. And that's the tarp was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Tarp has been added to the truthful section of your handbook. Okay, I don't need to hear this again. Although I don't know what to do. On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights are on. These ones they aren't. It would seem the blue light comes on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there's 9 in all. 9 lights? Biolab lights have been updated in the truthful section of your handbook.
Whew.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Alrighty, geez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood. It seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? And what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead bodies before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where did it say they're old? Huh?
Because
All the Monokuma file says that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense. Considering the impression they gave,
Listen.
you seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However,
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got Monokuma file, right? After she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
so then,
What if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
at the very least.
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answers from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words,
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
hey,
So if there's anything you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so
5'7", 97 pounds. Vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
indeed.
and don't forget about the fender tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake. Our victim in this case is without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook.
And
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
so then,
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are we not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
why?
Sad? You forget she was our enemy once. But part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Have you ever heard the phrase "you reap what you sow"? Well, yeah. But still, you really are naive. You know that. It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but instead she decided to help me. But she decided to help me instead. Blah 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 blah. So far, someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
so then,
I think we've done all we can do here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Oh, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. I don't do it now. Hey, Kyoko. I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
what?
Go ahead, then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What?
What?
So,
What do you mean? Well, you know, all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
Indeed.
I do, yes. Scanning lockers, you need the handbook to whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using that emergency handbook.
I see.
And the one you found in the headmaster's hidden room?
And
So did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? Found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get in it, right? I can't imagine those lockers being any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why'd I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Did that mean the video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
Oh, I think everything is finally starting to fit together. To reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. Oh, my phone is starting to die. Cool. Anyway, what are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD. And it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have any time to explain exactly what I think it means. You just have to watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Interview DVD has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. You have a second to listen to me ramble. Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What it means is I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. It's all because of Mastermind.
However...
There's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the Mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the Mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Yoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. Determination to defeat the Mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh. She said it, but her smile was filled with sorrow. That's it for my rambling. There's still too much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether the truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not, because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know. Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. I better get going myself. I got the DVD from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room to check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Okay. Well, I guess down to the first floor. So that brings up, like, I still wonder, what did Monokuma show the others that makes them hate me now? Because, like, with how they're acting, even towards people they know who killed someone, they never acted like this to them. Wait, the AV room. Oh, there it is. I thought, for that reason, I thought it was where the nurse's office was, but I haven't switched. Ooh, this should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, I better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black monitor. It must have only been a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. Then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka? It took me by a total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Okay then, are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged
I
man.
do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
I mean, neither have I. It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single
So
millimeter.
this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much.
Okay, so what's going on?
Now then, let me get straight to the point.
Okay. I need to turn down what's it called, because I think it might be hard for you guys to hear what's going on.
There is a chance
There
that
you go.
you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in this school? I accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut off. There was a lot I hadn't understood it till now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. I'm going to turn back the music up a bit. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. How much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sudden light. On the monitor, the video that I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. Okay, so I think I turned up the volume a bit too prematurely, I guess. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. What? What I saw was me. And possibly, undeniably, me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed to be a fairly normal conversation. But I, the here and now, I had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down talking to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school,
What's going on?
I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
Why wasn't I in that picture? Why? Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya. Toko. Hina. Everyone. They all said they agreed to live in this school forever. And then... Yoko? Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his questions, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, Monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Of course, meant the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere at any time. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. You'd ask them a question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
Fainted too, then I woke up. I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem.
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone, and at the time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. Does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or interview DVD has been updated on the Truth Ball section of your...
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn.
Well, I haven't seen the dawn in like, I don't know, a month, give or
Although
take.
that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial.
Okay.
Everyone gather once again at you know where.
Oh, there's so much. But again, the class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all of our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Well. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for this episode. I'm now 4 hours deep into this session, and I'm getting kind of tired. Want to get up and go stretch a bit. Who knows? I might even record the final bit later tonight. But for now, if you're liking what I'm putting out, remember to like and subscribe. And hey, I'll see y'all on the flip side.